Many a Sunday morning when the sun is shining brightly, we get the beauty of those sun rays filtered through our stained glass window covering behind the altar. Because, like many traditional churches, our altar faces east and captures the gloriousness of that sunlight. And I think about that this week as we hear in our gospel passage the story of Jesus healing the blind man, and what it must have been like for him to see the light and new light of the sun and the world around him with his new sight. Some of you have shared with me that before the stained glass window covering was put on, the light of the sun was almost too blinding. It was overwhelming. And I think about that too with this blind man. The experience might even have been overwhelming in its transformation and in his transformation in the light of new sight. But sight is rather complicated in this week's gospel passage as well, because if we go to the very end of the section that we hear, Jesus says to the Pharisees that because they see, they remain in sin. And so our key theme this week is to see. And I think the question before us is, what does that mean? What does it mean to see? Well, if we think about last week and Jesus' interaction with the Samaritan woman and our themes of having gone out from worship and from repair, and last week our theme of being on a journey, it is not just the theme of seeing this week, but it is seen in the context of journeying, seeing with new sight. Because the fallacy or the trap that the Pharisees fall into is that they are seeing with their old vision. They are seeing with the constrictions and in the confinements of the ways that they have always thought about the world. And the invitation that we have this week is not to see with our same old eyes, but instead to see with new sight, to see with transformed eyes, to see with new vision. And as we think about what it means to see in new ways, we think then about how we might live in the world differently. So friends, this week I invite you to step back, to see the world around you in new ways and with new eyes, and to be transformed with that vision. Blessings, friends, this week and always.